After weeks of concerts, travel, and long rehearsals, Stjepan Hauser finally had something rare in his schedule, a completely free weekend. No flights, no interviews, no stages, just 2 peaceful days to relax. Early Saturday morning, Hauser packed a small bag and drove toward the countryside where his close friend, Marco, lived. Marco had invited him to spend the weekend at his lake house, far away from the busy city. When Hauser arrived, the fresh air and quiet surroundings immediately made him smile. The house stood beside a beautiful lake surrounded by tall green trees. Marco and 2 other friends were already outside preparing a barbecue. "Finally, the superstar arrives," Marco joked as he greeted him with a big hug. Hauser laughed. "For this weekend, I'm not a superstar. I'm just your hungry friend." Everyone laughed and the relaxing weekend began. They spent the afternoon near the lake. One friend brought a small boat, and they slowly rowed across the calm water while the sun sparkled on the surface. Hauser leaned back and enjoyed the peaceful moment. "This is exactly what I needed," he said quietly. Later in the evening, they returned to the house where the smell of grilled food filled the air. They sat around a wooden table on the terrace, eating, talking, and sharing funny stories from their past. One of Hauser's friends asked, "Do you ever get tired of performing all the time?" Hauser smiled thoughtfully. "I love music more than anything, but moments like this, they remind me what life is really about." After dinner, Marco disappeared inside the house and returned with something unexpected. Hauser's cello. "You didn't think we'd let you escape without playing something, did you?" Marco said with a grin. Everyone laughed. Hauser shook his head but couldn't hide his smile. He took the cello, sat near the lake, and began to play a soft melody. The music floated gently across the water while the sun slowly disappeared behind the trees. His friends sat quietly listening. There were no bright lights, no huge audience, just close friends enjoying the beauty of the moment. When the song ended, they all applauded and teased him. "Even on vacation, you perform better than anyone," one friend joked. That night, they sat around a small bonfire near the lake. The stars filled the sky, and the sound of crickets created a peaceful background. They talked for hours about life, dreams, and old memories from their younger days. For Hauser, it was one of the happiest nights he had experienced in a long time. On Sunday morning, before leaving, he stood by the lake for a moment, breathing in the fresh air. Sometimes the greatest concerts weren't performed on big stages. Sometimes they happened quietly, among friends, beside a peaceful lake, on a perfect weekend.